Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, your mind buzzing, as if you had just been pulled out of another world? You lie there staring at the ceiling, struggling to remember the details, and yet there is a lingering sense that something important just happened. Something beyond the ordinary, something that whispers to you from a place deeper than your conscious mind. This is the experience of a repeated dream, one that refuses to be ignored, one that seems to carry a message meant only for you. And sometimes, just sometimes, that dream involves your twin flame. Imagine it. Night after night, the same dream unfolds. You find yourself walking through a place that feels familiar, yet undefined. Perhaps a misty forest, a quiet city street, or a sunlit room filled with objects that seem symbolic, almost too precise to be random. And then you see them, your twin flame. Not in the way you've imagined them in waking life, but in a way that feels profoundly real. Their eyes meet yours, and there is a recognition so deep that it pierces through time, space, and the boundaries of your ordinary existence. In that moment, you know you are seeing not just a person but a reflection of your own soul. What makes these dreams so astonishing is that your twin flame often communicates in ways you've never experienced before. Words are sometimes unnecessary. A glance, a gesture, even a shared silence can carry messages that your waking mind might struggle to comprehend. And yet, when you wake up, there's a sense that something significant has been conveyed. An insight, a warning, a gentle nudge toward self-awareness or transformation. You can't shake it. You start to wonder, is this really just a dream? Or is it a kind of spiritual telepathy? Many people dismiss dreams as mere fragments of imagination or echoes of daily life, but repeated dreams with a twin flame are different. They are layered, multidimensional, and deeply symbolic. You might notice subtle patterns. Certain colors, numbers, or phrases keep appearing. Places and events that seem trivial in one dream suddenly gain significance in another. You may wake up with emotions that are too intense to ignore. Joy, longing, sadness, or even a profound sense of clarity. These feelings are not random. They are the emotional signatures of the soul, encoded within the dream as a language beyond words. Consider this. One night, you dream of meeting your twin flame by a quiet river. The water is shimmering silver under a moonlight that seems almost unreal. They smile at you, and without speaking, you feel an overwhelming sense of understanding. A reassurance that something you've been struggling with in your waking life is moving toward resolution. The next night, the dream repeats, but this time the river has a slightly different curve, a different reflection, and your twin flame gestures toward a path you hadn't noticed before. By the third night, you wake up with a sense of urgency, as if the dream itself is guiding you to pay attention to something crucial in your life. Each iteration is like a layer being peeled back, revealing not just the mystery of your connection with them, but also the truths you need to confront within yourself. What is even more fascinating is how these dreams can make you question the very nature of reality. While asleep, time and space feel fluid. You might meet your twin flame in a childhood home, a future city, or an ethereal realm that defies logic. The dreamscape doesn't adhere to the rules of your waking life. Instead, it obeys the subtle laws of the soul, intuition, and energy. And when the same dream repeats night after night, it is as if the universe itself is insisting that you pay attention. It is a gentle, persistent call, a mirror reflecting not only the presence of your twin flame but also the deeper aspects of yourself that are ready to awaken. Many people who experience these dreams report a strange combination of emotions. There is the comfort of recognition, the thrill of discovery, and sometimes a bittersweet longing that can be almost painful. You may wake up crying, laughing, or simply sitting in silence, contemplating the dream. The details might fade, but the emotional imprint remains, like a fingerprint on your soul. And gradually, you begin to notice synchronicities in your waking life. Events, signs, or encounters that echo the dream. The universe, it seems, is speaking to you in a language that blends dreams and reality, using your twin flame as a guide, a messenger, or a mirror. It's important to recognize that these dreams are not always easy to understand. They can challenge you, provoke introspection, and even stir unresolved emotions from your past. You might see your twin flame in the dream reacting in ways that confuse or unsettle you. Sometimes the dream may bring up questions you've avoided or fears you've suppressed. Yet every element, no matter how perplexing, carries meaning. Each repetition of the dream is like a layer of instruction, gently nudging you toward self-awareness, emotional healing, and spiritual growth. As you experience these dreams, you might start to wonder, why now? Why this dream with this person at this moment in my life? The answer often lies not just in the connection with your twin flame, but in your own soul's readiness to engage with the messages being offered. Dreams of this nature are rarely coincidental. They are the subtle guidance of your higher self, communicating in a symbolic language that transcends logic. And while the dreams themselves may feel mysterious, the feelings and insights they evoke are very real, capable of influencing your decisions, your emotions, and your spiritual journey. So, what should you do when you wake up from such a dream? The first step is to honor it. Don't dismiss it as fantasy or imagination. Reflect on the emotions, symbols, and interactions. Consider keeping a dream journal, writing down every detail, no matter how small. Over time, patterns will emerge, and the hidden messages will become clearer. Pay attention to how the dream resonates with your waking life. Are there situations, relationships, or decisions that seem illuminated by the dream? Often, the repeated dream is urging you to acknowledge what your soul already knows, but your mind has yet to comprehend. And finally, there is the question that lingers long after the dream has ended. Could this be more than just a dream? Could it be a conversation between souls, a telepathic exchange with your twin flame, a glimpse into the invisible threads that connect your consciousness to theirs? The answer for many is a tentative yes. These dreams are not merely random firing of neurons. They are experiences that point towards something greater, something beyond the material world, something deeply intimate, sacred, and transformative. Tonight, as you close your eyes, imagine opening the door to these repeated dreams with curiosity instead of skepticism. Let yourself remember the details, the emotions, the whispers that your twin flame brings into your subconscious. Notice the subtle guidance, the feelings that linger, and the synchronicities that follow, because in these mysterious recurring dreams, there lies not only the reflection of another soul, but also the reflection of your own deepest truth. And so our journey begins here, in the space between waking and sleeping, where the invisible messages of the soul meet the tangible reality of life. In the next part of this video, we will explore how these dreams are more than imagination. They are a form of telepathy, a bridge between you and your twin flame, and a mirror reflecting the hidden messages your soul is ready to receive. After experiencing the mysterious, repeated dreams where your twin flame appears, the natural question arises: why does this happen? Why do these dreams feel so real, so emotionally intense, and so strangely informative? The answer lies in two fascinating concepts that bridge the gap between the subconscious, the soul, and the unseen threads connecting you to your twin flame. Telepathy in dreams and synchronicities. Telepathy, in its most basic form, is the ability to communicate thoughts, emotions, or messages directly from one mind to another without using spoken words or physical gestures. When it comes to twin flames, telepathy operates on an even deeper level. It is not just about exchanging information. It is about the transmission of energy, emotion, and soul-level understanding. In dreams, this telepathic connection becomes amplified. Your conscious mind, busy with the distractions of daily life, often filters out subtle messages. But in the dream state, your awareness shifts to a more receptive frequency, allowing the invisible lines of communication between you and your twin flame to become clearer and more potent. Think about it for a moment. How often do you wake up from a dream with a strong emotion you can't explain? Perhaps it is a sudden surge of joy, a pang of sorrow, or a sense of deep peace. These emotions are rarely random. They are the echoes of telepathic energy exchanged during the dream, messages sent across the invisible bridge connecting your soul to theirs. Sometimes your twin flame appears in the dream to share reassurance, encouragement, or guidance, things that their waking self may not yet be able to express consciously. Other times, the dream brings up unresolved feelings, hidden fears, or lessons that need to be addressed before your connection can fully blossom. Telepathy in dreams often manifests as direct communication without words. You might hear them speak, but the voice is not verbal. It is felt, understood instantly as a thought or emotion. You might see them smiling or gesturing, and the meaning is immediately clear, even if the action seems simple or mundane. These exchanges bypass the limitations of language, allowing your soul to speak directly to theirs. And because dreams can stretch, bend, and merge time and space, you can receive messages that transcend your current reality, messages that echo past experiences or foreshadow future ones. But telepathy is only one part of the puzzle. Equally fascinating is the concept of synchronicity, a term coined by the famous psychologist Carl Jung to describe meaningful coincidences that seem too precise to be mere chance. Synchronicities are the universe's way of communicating with you through events, symbols, and patterns that mirror your inner state. When combined with the telepathic dreams of a twin flame, synchronicities can turn an abstract, emotional experience into tangible, real-world guidance. For instance, you might dream of a particular song playing in a cafe where you meet your twin flame. The next day, that exact song plays on the radio, or a friend mentions it in passing. Or you dream of a specific number, symbol, or location, and soon after, you encounter it in your waking life in a way that feels significant. These events are not random. They are echoes of the energy transmitted during your dreams, confirmations that you are aligned with your twin flame and on the right path of growth and understanding. Synchronicities are the universe's way of saying, "Pay attention. You are exactly where you need to be. This connection is real, and there is meaning in it." Let's explore a real-life example to illustrate this phenomenon. Imagine a woman named Emma. For several weeks, she dreams repeatedly of meeting her twin flame near a lighthouse. Each dream is slightly different. Sometimes the tide is high, sometimes low. Sometimes it is sunrise, other times dusk. In the dreams, they communicate not through words but through subtle gestures, looks, and shared feelings of love, encouragement, and understanding. One morning, Emma wakes up with a sudden urge to visit a nearby coast she hasn't explored before. When she arrives, she finds a lighthouse remarkably similar to the one in her dreams. Standing there, she receives a message, not in words, but in a profound sense of clarity, that she needs to release old emotional baggage before fully embracing her twin flame connection. Later that day, she discovers that the lighthouse is known for hosting meditation and self-reflection sessions, perfectly aligning with the guidance her dreams were offering. This is a perfect example of how telepathy and dreams and synchronicities work together. The dream transmitted the emotional and symbolic message from the soul of her twin flame, and the synchronicity in her waking life provided tangible evidence that the message was real and actionable. It is as if the universe orchestrated a conversation across two realms, the dream world and the physical world. And for anyone experiencing repeated dreams with a twin flame, these patterns are more than coincidence. They are guidance, a roadmap pointing toward deeper self-understanding and spiritual growth. Another important aspect to consider is the emotional resonance of these experiences. Telepathic dreams often carry such intensity because they reflect the emotional state of both souls. If your twin flame is experiencing confusion, sadness, or longing, those feelings can seep into your dreams. Similarly, if you are wrestling with unresolved emotions, they can be mirrored back through the dream. This is why repeated dreams often feel like emotional echoes. Each iteration allows both souls to process, heal, and understand one another on a level that is difficult to achieve in waking life. The dream becomes a shared space of empathy, understanding, and even transformation. It is also important to recognize that these dreams can be cryptic. The messages are rarely straightforward. They often arrive in symbols, metaphors, or scenarios that require interpretation. A stormy sea might represent emotional turmoil. A locked door could symbolize a fear of vulnerability. A rising sun may signal a new beginning or awakening. Paying attention to these symbols and the feelings they evoke is crucial to decoding the telepathic messages your twin flame is sending. And when you notice synchronicities in your waking life that echo these symbols, it confirms that you are tuning into the same energetic frequency, walking the shared path of your soul connection. In essence, telepathy in dreams is the language of the soul, and synchronicities are the footprints of that language in the physical world. Together, they create a multidimensional dialogue between you and your twin flame, bridging the seen and unseen, the conscious and subconscious. They remind you that your connection is not limited by time, distance, or physical presence. Your twin flame exists in a realm of consciousness that overlaps with yours, and the repeated dreams are the doorway to accessing that deeper understanding. By paying attention to these dreams, Documenting them and reflecting on the synchronicities that follow, you open yourself to a higher level of awareness. You begin to see patterns in your life that were previously invisible. You notice recurring symbols, emotions, and coincidences that reveal your inner growth and the evolution of your connection. The repeated dreams and synchronicities are not just fascinating experiences, they are practical tools, guiding you toward emotional healing, personal clarity, and the deep transformative love that a twin flame relationship can offer. As you watch this video, consider your own experiences with dreams. Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so emotionally charged, that it stayed with you throughout the day, or even weeks? Have you noticed coincidences or patterns in your waking life that seem to echo the themes of those dreams? These are not accidents. They are the whispers of your soul, and the soul of your twin flame, guiding you through the unseen, gently nudging you toward growth, understanding, and connection. In the next part of this video, we will dive into real-life stories from people who have experienced these telepathic dreams and synchronicities, revealing how their repeated dreams served as powerful messages that transformed their relationships, their choices, and even their understanding of themselves. You will see through these examples how dreams are not just illusions of the night. They are windows into a deeper reality, a reality where your twin flame is not only present, but actively communicating, guiding, and reflecting the truest parts of your soul. To truly understand the profound nature of twin flame dreams and the synchronicities that follow, it helps to look at real-life examples. These are not abstract theories or mystical ideas. They are the lived experiences of individuals who have felt the invisible hand of their twin flame, guiding them through the realm of dreams. By exploring these stories, you can begin to see how dreams are not random, but a language of the soul, communicating directly across the boundaries of consciousness and the physical world. Take, for example, the story of Sophia, a young woman in her late 20s. Sophia had always been interested in spirituality, meditation, and the concept of soul connections, but she had never truly experienced anything that convinced her of the reality of a twin flame until her dreams began to change. It started subtly. She would have fleeting dreams of a man she didn't recognize, someone whose face was only partially clear, someone whose presence carried an overwhelming sense of familiarity. At first, she dismissed it as her subconscious creating an idealized figure. But soon the dreams began to repeat, night after night, with increasing intensity and emotional depth. In one particularly vivid dream, Sophia found herself walking along a narrow bridge over a calm river at twilight. The sky was painted in shades of orange and purple, reflecting off the water below. She sensed a presence behind her, a warmth that made her heart race. When she turned, she saw him, her twin flame. His eyes, filled with recognition and understanding, seemed to look straight into the depths of her soul. He reached out his hand, and without words she felt the message. You are ready to face your fears. You are ready to embrace your truth. When she woke up, Sophia was left with a lingering emotional impression that refused to fade. She felt an unshakable sense of urgency, as if the dream was not simply a figment of her imagination, but a deliberate message meant to guide her. Over the next few nights, the dream evolved. The bridge became a path through a forest, the river transformed into a mountain stream, and each variation of the dream contained subtle clues. An object placed just so, a gesture, a wordless glance, that seemed to carry significance. Each night, the emotional resonance grew stronger. Sophia realized that the dream was telepathic in nature, a bridge of energy and understanding flowing between her and her twin flame. The synchronicities began shortly thereafter. Sophia noticed the same colors from her dreams appearing in her daily life. A sunset glowing orange and purple at the exact moment she left work. A stranger wearing a scarf matching the pattern she had seen in her dream. Even the number 27, a number associated with the bridge in her dream, repeating in addresses, clocks, and receipts. These were not random coincidences. They were confirmations that the dream had meaning beyond imagination. The universe was responding to the telepathic exchange in the dream, showing her that she was aligned with her twin flame and her spiritual path. Sophia's story is only one example. Another powerful case is that of Daniel, a man in his mid-30s who had struggled for years with self-doubt and unhealed emotional wounds. Daniel began dreaming of his twin flame during a period of significant personal turmoil. In his first dream, he was sitting alone in a dimly lit library, surrounded by towering shelves filled with books. He felt a sense of isolation, yet in the distance a figure approached, a woman whose presence was immediately familiar and comforting. When she reached him, she placed a single book on the table and gestured toward it, as if to say, "The answers you seek are within you." Over the following weeks, Daniel's dreams repeated with variations. Each time the woman was present, guiding him through the library, opening doors, pointing to passages in books that seemed to hold symbolic meaning. In some dreams she spoke, though the words were not in any language he knew. Instead, he understood them through emotion and intuition, a telepathic dialogue that transcended verbal communication. Each iteration of the dream brought him closer to understanding his own fears, patterns, and emotional blocks. Daniel soon began to notice synchronicities in his waking life. He discovered the same books he had seen in the dreams in his local bookstore. Certain phrases from the dream appeared in articles and conversations he encountered unexpectedly. Even more strikingly, he met a woman who embodied the qualities of the figure in his dreams: compassionate, insightful, and intuitive. While not immediately revealing herself as his twin flame, the connection was undeniable. The repeated dreams had prepared him emotionally and spiritually to recognize this presence in his life, to respond with openness, and to heal past wounds. These stories highlight several key insights about twin flame dreams and their significance. 1. Emotional intensity is key. The most vivid twin flame dreams are marked by powerful emotions: joy, longing, awe, fear, or even sorrow. These feelings are not random. They are the language of the soul, transmitted through telepathy from one consciousness to another. The deeper the emotional resonance, the more important the message. 2. Repetition indicates importance. Dreams that repeat with variations are not coincidences. Each repetition adds layers of meaning, providing clues, guidance, and emotional lessons. The universe uses these iterations to draw attention to specific areas of personal growth, healing, or preparation for a deeper connection. 3. Synchronicities confirm meaning. Symbols, numbers, locations, or encounters in waking life that mirror elements from the dream are signs that you are in alignment with your twin flame and your spiritual path. These confirmations help to bridge the gap between dream and reality, showing that the messages are meant to be acknowledged and acted upon. 4. Telepathy transcends words. Communication in these dreams often bypasses spoken language. Gestures, looks, and emotional resonance convey messages more directly than words could. This telepathic exchange allows both souls to connect deeply, even when physical or emotional barriers exist in the waking world. 5. Dreams as mirrors of the soul. Twin flame dreams often reveal not only insights about the other person, but also about your own unresolved fears, desires, and potential. They act as a mirror, reflecting the aspects of yourself that require attention, healing, and growth. 6. Preparation for waking life. These dreams are not merely symbolic. They prepare you for experiences, relationships, and decisions in your waking life. By paying attention to the emotional guidance and synchronicities that follow, you can respond with awareness rather than reaction, making choices aligned with your higher self and the energy of your twin flame connection. Finally, it is worth noting that every twin flame experience is unique. While Sophia's dream involved landscapes and visual cues, Daniel's focused on a symbolic space filled with guidance. What matters is not the literal details, but the emotional truth and the transformative effect of the dream. When you experience repeated dreams with a twin flame, the key is to honor the feelings they evoke, document the symbols and messages, and notice how synchronicities in your waking life confirm and expand the guidance you received in the dream. In essence, these stories show that twin flame dreams are living, evolving messages from the soul, facilitated through telepathy and mirrored in the waking world through synchronicities. They are not random illusions or products of imagination. They are intentional, sacred communications meant to guide, teach, and prepare both individuals for deeper connection and personal transformation. As you reflect on these examples, consider your own dreams. Have you noticed recurring figures, emotional intensities, or symbols that seem to carry meaning beyond imagination? Have you experienced coincidences or synchronicities that echoed the messages of these dreams? By opening yourself to these experiences by observing, documenting, and reflecting, you allow the wisdom of the universe and your twin flame to flow more fully into your life. In the next part of this video, we will explore how to recognize and interpret the hidden messages in your twin flame dreams, giving you practical tools to understand the guidance they offer and how to integrate it into your waking life. This is where dreams move from mysterious experiences to actionable insights, empowering you to navigate your connection with your twin flame with clarity, confidence, and spiritual awareness. After hearing stories like Sophia's and Daniel's, you may be wondering, how do I recognize these dreams when they happen to me? How do I decode the messages embedded in these nightly experiences? Twin flame dreams are not always straightforward, and their language is subtle, symbolic, and deeply personal. But with attention, mindfulness, and a willingness to explore your inner world, you can learn to interpret these messages and unlock the guidance your soul is offering. The first step in recognizing a twin flame dream is emotional resonance. Unlike ordinary dreams, which can be fleeting or disconnected, twin flame dreams leave a strong emotional imprint. You may wake up feeling intense joy, longing, awe, or even sorrow. Sometimes it is a mix of emotions that doesn't make sense logically, a combination of comfort and unease, excitement and fear. These emotional echoes are the soul's way of signaling that the dream carries significance. Pay attention to how you feel, not just what you see. The emotions are often the key to understanding the message. Next, look for repetition and variation. Twin flame dreams often repeat in cycles, showing similar scenes, themes, or symbols, but with slight changes each time. This repetition is not random. It is a deliberate method by which your subconscious, aligned with your twin flame's energy, emphasizes a lesson or insight. For example, you might dream of a bridge several times, but in each dream the weather changes or the path becomes steeper. Each variation is meaningful, reflecting different emotional layers or aspects of your life that require attention. Tracking these changes over time can reveal patterns and messages that are invisible at first glance. Another crucial element is symbolism. Twin flame dreams communicate largely in symbolic language. Common symbols include water, which may represent emotions or purification, bridges symbolizing transitions or connections, doors representing choices or opportunities, and mirrors, which reflect self-awareness or hidden aspects of the self. However, the interpretation of symbols is personal. A river might represent emotional release for one person, and the flow of creative energy for another. Therefore, it is essential to tune into your own intuition when decoding these symbols. Ask yourself, what does this object, place, or action mean to me personally? How does it resonate with my current life situation? Telepathic cues are another way to identify twin flame messages in dreams. Often, communication in these dreams transcends words. You may hear thoughts, feel emotional intentions, or understand unspoken guidance. Pay attention to subtle cues. A glance that conveys reassurance, a gesture that suggests direction, or even a fleeting thought that seems implanted in your consciousness. These telepathic messages are rarely literal. They are encoded in emotion and perception. By learning to trust your intuition and emotional reactions, you can gradually decode these messages and apply them to your waking life. Keeping a dream journal is one of the most practical tools for decoding twin flame dreams. Write down every detail immediately upon waking. The people, locations, objects, emotions, colors, weather, and any words or phrases you recall. Include your emotional state before and after the dream. Over time, you may notice recurring symbols, numbers, or themes. For example, the number 1111, often associated with spiritual alignment, may appear repeatedly. Or a certain location from the dream may correspond to a place in your daily life, signaling synchronicity. Documenting these details allows you to see the bigger picture and recognize patterns that may otherwise go unnoticed. Let's look at a real example to illustrate this process. Liam, a man in his early 30s, began having recurring dreams of a labyrinth. Each night he navigated the twists and turns, searching for a figure he could not immediately see. He would feel a mix of anxiety and anticipation, emotions that persisted after waking. In one dream he finally saw her, his twin flame, standing at the center, surrounded by glowing lanterns. The dream left him with a profound sense of understanding, though he could not articulate why. By keeping a dream journal, Liam began to notice patterns. The labyrinth always appeared when he was avoiding a difficult emotional conversation in his waking life. The glowing lanterns symbolized guidance, illumination, and insight, messages he was ready to receive. Over several weeks, he connected the recurring dream with real-life synchronicities, conversations with friends who seemed to reflect lessons from the dream, opportunities appearing at unexpected moments, and even visual signs in his environment that mirrored the labyrinth's paths. By interpreting the symbolism and paying attention to synchronicities, Liam realized that the dream was urging him to confront emotional blocks, embrace vulnerability, and move toward a deeper connection with his twin flame. It's also important to understand that not every dream is literal. Twin flame dreams often combine elements of past, present, and future, blending reality with metaphor. For instance, you might dream of a place you've never visited, a city you will go to in the future, or a scenario that seems impossible. Instead of trying to force a literal interpretation, focus on the emotional and symbolic meaning. Ask yourself, what is this dream teaching me about my feelings, my choices, and my connection with my twin flame? Pay attention to your waking life reactions, as they often provide crucial insight. How do you feel when recalling the dream? Do you experience a sense of longing, peace, fear, or inspiration? These reactions are part of the message. Sometimes the dream may prompt you to take action, perhaps reaching out to someone, meditating, journaling, or simply reflecting on a personal pattern. Trusting these intuitive nudges is key to decoding the dream's meaning. Additionally, notice the synchronicities that follow. These are the universe's confirmations that your interpretation is on the right track. Numbers, encounters, symbols, songs, or even conversations can mirror the content of your dreams. For example, you might dream of a particular book, and the next day, it appears in a bookstore display or someone mentions it in conversation. These synchronicities are not coincidences. They are signposts guiding you toward understanding the message of your twin flame dream. Another useful practice is reflective meditation. After documenting your dreams, spend time in quiet contemplation. Replay the dream in your mind and observe the emotions, symbols, and telepathic exchanges. Ask yourself questions such as, what part of me is this dream reflecting? What is my twin flame communicating to me? What lesson or insight is being offered? By doing so, you open a space for clarity and deeper understanding. The messages often become clearer not through immediate logical analysis, but through intuitive insight that arises naturally when you give yourself the time and attention to reflect. Finally, remember that decoding twin flame dreams is a gradual process. The meaning may not be immediately obvious, and some dreams may carry multiple layers of messages. Be patient with yourself in the process. Each dream, each telepathic exchange, and each synchronicity is a step on the journey toward self-awareness, emotional healing, and spiritual growth. In conclusion, recognizing and decoding the hidden messages in twin flame dreams requires a combination of emotional awareness, pattern recognition, intuitive interpretation, and reflection. By paying attention to emotional resonance, repeated symbols, telepathic cues, and synchronicities, and by maintaining a detailed dream journal, you can begin to understand the profound guidance these dreams offer. These nightly experiences are not mere illusions. They are a sacred dialogue between souls, a bridge connecting your consciousness with that of your twin flame, and a roadmap for personal and spiritual transformation. In the next part of this video, we will explore how to integrate the guidance from twin flame dreams into your waking life, transforming insight into action, and allowing the lessons of the dream world to shape your reality, relationships, and personal growth. After learning to recognize and decode the hidden messages in your twin flame dreams, the next step is perhaps the most crucial: applying these insights to your waking life. Dreams, after all, are not merely nightly experiences meant to vanish upon waking. They are messages, guidance, and reflections from the soul, designed to prepare you for growth, healing, and deeper connection, not just with your twin flame, but also with yourself. The first way to apply these insights is by acknowledging and honoring the dream. Often, people wake up from an emotionally charged twin flame dream and dismiss it as imagination, wishful thinking, or a fleeting subconscious event. This dismissal prevents the guidance from taking root in your life. Instead, honor the dream. Recognize that the emotions, symbols, and messages you received are significant. Take time to reflect, journal, and even speak aloud what you remember. Simply validating the dream and your experience is the first step toward integrating its wisdom. Take the example of Amelia, a woman who began having recurring dreams of her twin flame walking through a field of sunflowers. Each dream conveyed warmth, support, and encouragement, but also carried subtle messages about Amelia's fear of intimacy and vulnerability. At first, she dismissed these dreams as pleasant fantasies, but over time, she noticed synchronicities in her daily life. Conversations with friends that mirrored the dream's themes, unexpected encounters, and visual symbols resembling the sunflower field. By journaling the dreams and reflecting on their emotional content, Amelia realized that the sunflower field represented her own emotional openness and potential for growth. The next step is connecting the dream to your current life circumstances. Twin flame dreams often provide insight into challenges, choices, or opportunities that are present in your waking life. Ask yourself, which areas of my life resonate with the dream? Where am I avoiding growth, love, or healing? In Amelia's case, the dream highlighted her hesitation to open her heart fully, prompting her to examine her relationships and emotional patterns more consciously. By identifying the parallels between dream symbols and waking life situations, you can uncover areas where change, action, or reflection is needed. Integrating the dream's guidance into daily routines can be subtle yet transformative. For example, if a dream emphasized patience, reflection, or mindfulness, consider creating daily practices to embody these qualities. Meditation, journaling, mindful breathing, or even setting aside time to reflect on your feelings can help solidify the lessons from your dreams. Similarly, if the dream contains symbolic actions like crossing a bridge, opening a door, or climbing a mountain, these may indicate areas where you need to take proactive steps in life. A bridge may represent reconciliation or connection, a door might symbolize an opportunity, and a mountain could represent a challenge or personal growth. Synchronicities in your waking life serve as confirmation. If you see repeated numbers, symbols, or experiences that echo your dreams, take them seriously. These are signals that the universe is aligning to support you in acting on the dream's guidance. For example, Daniel, whose labyrinth dream guided him to face emotional fears, began noticing patterns in his real life, conversations and encounters that mirrored the twists and turns of the labyrinth. By recognizing these synchronicities, he understood that the dream was not abstract. It was practical guidance for navigating relationships and personal challenges. Another powerful method of application is direct communication with your twin flame. While dreams may provide guidance, conscious interaction in your waking life can deepen the connection. This doesn't always mean immediate contact. It can involve sending intentions, meditating on the connection, or journaling messages to your twin flame as if in conversation. By consciously engaging with the energy and guidance from the dream, you bring the spiritual lessons into tangible action. For example, Sophia, whose dreams guided her toward facing her fears, used meditation and visualization techniques to connect with her twin flame's energy daily, reinforcing the lessons from her dreams and preparing herself emotionally for real-life encounters. Emotional processing and healing is often central to applying twin flame dream guidance. Many dreams reveal hidden fears, unresolved traumas, or emotional blocks that need attention. Ignoring these messages can lead to repetitive cycles, both in dreams and in waking life. Actively addressing the emotions revealed in dreams, through self-reflection, therapy, journaling, or heart-centered practices, allows you to transform the dream's guidance into healing and growth. In Daniel's example, facing the symbolic labyrinth in his dreams helped him confront his avoidance patterns, ultimately improving his emotional resilience and openness in relationships. It's also crucial to set intentions based on the dream's guidance. Intentions act as bridges between dream insights and real-world action. For instance, if a dream emphasizes compassion, patience, or forgiveness, consciously set daily intentions to embody these qualities. If the dream suggests taking risks, seeking clarity, or expressing vulnerability, set intentions to explore these actions in practical ways. Intentions anchor the dream's message, giving it structure and direction in your waking life. Another transformative approach is mindful reflection on synchronicities. Keep a separate journal for synchronicities, noting events, encounters, or signs that reflect the dream's symbols or messages. Reflect on how these synchronicities relate to your current challenges, choices, or emotional state. Over time, you will begin to notice patterns and guidance that confirm the dream's purpose and its relevance to your personal growth and twin flame journey. Sometimes applying twin flame dream guidance also requires patience and timing. Not every insight needs immediate action. Some dreams prepare you for future experiences, planting seeds of awareness that will ripen over time. Trust the process. Your twin flame dreams are like a spiritual roadmap, offering glimpses of the path ahead and highlighting areas of inner work that need attention before the next stage of connection can unfold. Finally, remember that integration is a holistic process. The lessons from twin flame dreams often span multiple areas: emotional healing, spiritual growth, relationship awareness, and self-discovery. Applying the guidance involves aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the insights gained from your dreams. It is not just about taking external actions but also cultivating inner shifts, embracing vulnerability, self-love, awareness, and openness to connection. Consider the cumulative effect. Amelia's sunflower field dreams prompted her to open her heart, meditate, and reflect on her relationships. Daniel's labyrinth dreams guided him to confront avoidance patterns and emotional fears. Sophia's Twilight Bridge dreams encouraged her to explore intuition, emotional honesty, and telepathic connection. In each case, the dream was a catalyst, an invisible guide transforming subtle nightly experiences into profound, real-world change. In conclusion, applying the guidance from twin flame dreams in your waking life requires awareness, reflection, action, and trust. By honoring the dream, connecting it to your life, documenting patterns, interpreting symbols, noticing synchronicities, engaging consciously with your twin flame energy, setting intentions, and practicing emotional healing, you transform abstract messages into tangible guidance. The dreams become a map, and you become an active participant in the journey, walking the path of personal growth, spiritual awakening, and deep, meaningful connection with your twin flame. As you continue on this journey, consider this question: what is your soul asking you to notice, heal, or embrace today? Through the messages of your dreams, the answers are already within you, waiting to be recognized, interpreted, and integrated. By doing so, you step fully into the sacred dialogue between yourself and your twin flame, and into a life of deeper awareness, purpose, and love. As we continue this journey through twin flame dreams, decoding messages and applying their guidance, a pivotal moment arrives. A moment of reflection, a pause for the soul. This is the place where the rhetorical question takes form. Are you ready to recognize that these dreams are more than imagination, that they are direct guidance from your soul? At first, this question might feel uncomfortable or challenging. After all, most of us are conditioned to dismiss dreams as fleeting, irrelevant, or purely symbolic. We often prioritize logic over intuition, the concrete over the subtle, the seen over the unseen. But when it comes to twin flame dreams, the stakes are higher. These dreams are not mere fantasy. They are a dialogue between your soul and the universe, a conversation that transcends time, space, and ordinary understanding. To recognize them as guidance requires courage, openness, and willingness to embrace what cannot be measured by conventional standards. Consider the experience of Elena, a woman in her early 40s who had never paid much attention to her dreams. One night, she dreamt of walking through a forest cloaked in mist. At the center, she encountered a figure she later identified as her twin flame. In the dream, he extended his hand and said nothing, yet she understood him perfectly. Your fears are the key to your freedom. Elena woke up with a mix of awe and confusion. Her first instinct was to dismiss it. How could a dream convey such a powerful, precise message? But the emotions lingered, persistent and undeniable. Over the following days, Elena noticed synchronicities, subtle nudges in her waking life that mirrored the dream, the same forest she had seen in a photograph, a conversation with a friend that mirrored the guidance, even a book she picked up that discussed facing fear as a path to liberation. The universe was affirming the dream's message, asking her to trust what she had received. And yet, it was the question she asked herself that transformed the dream from an experience into action. Am I willing to recognize that this dream is a message from my soul? This rhetorical question is not meant to be answered in words. It is meant to awaken self-awareness. It invites reflection, introspection, and presence. It challenges you to step beyond doubt and open your consciousness to the possibility that your dreams are sacred guidance, that your twin flame is reaching you through channels that bypass the rational mind. It asks you to trust the intuitive intelligence of the universe and the depth of your own soul. One of the essential truths about twin flame dreams is that they are mirrors of your inner self. Every image, gesture, and emotion reflects not only your twin flame's energy, but also your own emotional and spiritual state. When you ask yourself whether you are ready to recognize the guidance of your dreams, you are also asking, am I ready to face myself fully? To acknowledge my fears, desires, wounds, and potential? The dream becomes a sacred lens, highlighting what is hidden and inviting you to bring it into awareness. The rhetorical question also serves as a call to responsibility. Dreams are not just passive experiences, they are active invitations to growth. To recognize their guidance is to commit to a path of self-discovery, healing, and conscious connection with your twin flame. Ignoring the dream or dismissing it as meaningless keeps you in cycles of repetition, where the same lessons reappear in different forms until they are acknowledged. But when you pause, reflect, and respond consciously, you honor the dialogue and transformation begins. Consider Michael, a man who had recurring dreams of walking through a desert, searching for water, representing his emotional desolation and longing for connection. Each dream left him with a lingering sense of urgency and awareness that something needed to change. Initially, he questioned their significance, wondering if they were random, the product of stress or imagination. Yet the repeated nature of the dreams, coupled with synchronicities in waking life, encounters, symbols, and conversations that echoed the desert imagery, urged him to reconsider. The rhetorical question that transformed his understanding was simple yet profound. Am I willing to see this dream as a message from my soul? When Michael answered that question with openness rather than doubt, he began to apply the guidance. He addressed unresolved emotional patterns, engaged in self-reflection, and cultivated presence in his relationships. The dreams stopped feeling like random sequences of images and became tools of insight, helping him align with his twin flame connection and live more authentically. The rhetorical question, though silent and internal, served as the pivot from passivity to conscious engagement. This concept also extends to the idea of telepathy in dreams. When your twin flame communicates through emotion, gesture, or unspoken understanding, the question becomes, am I open to receiving this guidance without resistance? Am I willing to trust the messages that arrive beyond words? Openness is essential because these messages often bypass logic, speaking directly to the heart and intuition. Responding to the question is an act of courage, allowing you to engage with the subtle wisdom of your soul and your twin flame in a meaningful way. It is also important to recognize the spiritual dimension of this question. Twin flame dreams are not merely about romantic connection, they are about soul evolution. The rhetorical question encourages reflection on the larger purpose of your life, your growth, and your capacity for love and understanding. When you ask yourself whether you are ready to recognize the guidance of your dreams, you are opening yourself to a higher level of consciousness, one that embraces vulnerability, compassion, and spiritual insight. The question carries power precisely because it cannot be answered superficially. It asks you to pause, feel, and consider. Am I willing to acknowledge the presence of the unseen, the subtle, and the transformative in my life? Am I ready to embrace guidance that comes through dreams, synchronicities, and intuitive nudges? The answer is not a yes or no. It is expressed through action, awareness, and alignment with your inner truth. For many, this question becomes a catalyst for reflection and meditation. Before sleep, you might ask yourself, am I open to receiving guidance from my dreams tonight? Am I willing to recognize the messages that my soul wants to convey? Upon waking, you might revisit the question, what did my soul communicate? How can I integrate this into my day? By framing your experience through this lens, dreams shift from random nocturnal imagery into intentional, sacred guidance. Finally, the rhetorical question reminds us that spiritual growth is participatory. Your twin flame dreams are invitations, not commands. They provide insight, guidance, and reflection, but the soul must choose to engage consciously. Asking yourself whether you are ready to recognize and act upon these messages empowers you to step into a role of co-creator, co-creating your connection, your personal evolution, and your ability to receive love and guidance fully. In conclusion, the rhetorical question, are you ready to recognize your soul's guidance? Is not merely philosophical, it is transformative. It asks you to pause, reflect, and engage with the deepest truths of your being. It challenges you to trust your intuition, honor your dreams, notice synchronicities, and apply the guidance in your waking life. It is a silent, internal conversation between you and your higher self, a mirror reflecting your readiness to embrace connection, healing, and growth. As you contemplate this question, allow yourself to feel the emotions it evokes. Do you feel curiosity, fear, excitement, or resistance? These reactions are part of the guidance. Lean into them, observe them, and remember that every dream, every synchronicity, every telepathic moment with your twin flame is an invitation. A sacred nudge from the universe and your soul asking you to awaken, reflect, and act. So take a moment now and ask yourself, with your heart wide open, am I ready to recognize the guidance of my soul and the messages my twin flame brings through dreams? The journey begins with this awareness, and with each conscious choice to honor the messages, you step closer to the profound love, connection, and personal transformation that your soul has been guiding you toward all along. As we come to the final part of this journey, it's time to weave together all the insights, stories, and guidance we've explored. From the vivid emotional resonance of twin flame dreams to decoding the hidden messages, recognizing synchronicities, and asking yourself the profound question, are you ready to recognize your soul's guidance? Now we reach the part where reflection meets action, where understanding transforms into inspiration, and where the dream world and waking life converge into a unified path of personal growth, love, and spiritual awakening. Twin flame dreams are not mere fantasies. They are a sacred language of the soul. Every repeated image, every symbolic gesture, every emotional intensity is designed to teach, guide, and prepare you. They carry the essence of telepathy, a direct line of communication between souls, transcending the limits of time, space, and conventional understanding. They reflect not only the presence of your twin flame but also the depths of your own consciousness, your unresolved wounds, and your limitless potential. Think back to Sophia, whose Twilight Bridge dreams invited her to confront her fears. Think of Daniel, navigating his labyrinth, gradually recognizing patterns in his waking life that mirrored the lessons from his dream. Consider Amelia, who walked through sunflower fields of emotional openness, gradually learning to embrace vulnerability. Each of these journeys shows us that the dreams themselves are just the beginning. The real magic happens when you take these messages into your waking life and let them guide your choices, emotions, and actions. The essential lesson here is that your twin flame dreams are mirrors, reflecting your inner state and illuminating the path toward transformation. They reveal the parts of yourself you may be avoiding: fears, insecurities, desires, or blocks to love. They challenge you to confront these aspects with honesty, courage, and compassion. And in doing so, they prepare you not only for connection with your twin flame but also for a deeper relationship with yourself. A relationship grounded in self-awareness, self-love, and authentic expression. Applying the guidance from these dreams requires intentionality. It begins with acknowledgement. Honor the emotions, images, and symbols that arise. Record them, reflect on them, and allow them to speak to you without judgment. Next, connect these symbols to your waking life. What areas of your life resonate with the lessons of the dream? Which patterns, relationships, or opportunities might they be pointing toward? The bridge, the labyrinth, the sunflower field. All are symbolic nudges urging you to see what might otherwise remain hidden. Synchronicities serve as your confirmation. These are the universe's gentle winks, reminding you that the dream is real, meaningful, and actionable. Numbers, objects, encounters, conversations, or even fleeting thoughts can mirror elements from your dreams. These are not coincidences. They are signs that the universe is aligning to guide you toward clarity, growth, and connection. By noticing and honoring these synchronicities, you reinforce the bridge between the dream world and the waking world. Equally important is the active engagement with your twin flame energy, whether or not you are in physical proximity. This can be as simple as sending intentions, visualizing their presence, or journaling messages to them. These practices amplify the telepathic connection, and align your consciousness with the guidance from your dreams. As we have seen with Sophia and Daniel, this conscious engagement transforms dreams into tools of preparation, emotional healing, and spiritual readiness. The rhetorical question we explored, "Are you ready to recognize your soul's guidance?" serves as a powerful anchor. It challenges you to open your awareness, trust your intuition, and act on the subtle messages that come through dreams, synchronicities, and inner nudges. It reminds you that spiritual growth is participatory. The dreams and your twin flame are guides, not commands. Your soul's choice to engage, reflect, and act is what transforms insight into real-life change. So, how do you take the next step? Begin by cultivating awareness and reflection. Before sleep, set an intention to remember your dreams and remain open to guidance. Upon waking, document everything, the imagery, emotions, and sensations. Over time, patterns will emerge, showing the messages your soul is offering. Next, integrate these messages into daily life. Align your actions with the lessons of the dream. Face fears, embrace vulnerability, forgive, express gratitude, and open your heart to love and connection. Consider the story of Michael, who journeyed through desert dreams searching for water. His dreams mirrored his emotional thirst for authenticity and connection. By consciously engaging with the lessons, confronting avoidance, and nurturing his emotional landscape, he transformed the symbolic desert into fertile ground for personal growth and meaningful relationships. This is the ultimate promise of twin flame dreams. They illuminate the path from the shadows of fear and doubt into the light of conscious love, self-awareness, and spiritual awakening. Another essential aspect is embracing patience and timing. Not every dream requires immediate action, and not every message will be fully understood at once. Some dreams are preparatory, planting seeds that will bloom later. Trust the process. Your soul is guiding you step by step, and your twin flame connection unfolds according to divine timing. By embracing patience, you allow the lessons of the dream to integrate deeply, preparing you for meaningful action and authentic connection. Equally powerful is the embrace of self-love and inner alignment. Twin flame dreams often highlight areas of personal growth, healing old wounds, releasing fears, cultivating compassion, and embracing your authentic self. By honoring these lessons, you create the energetic alignment necessary to connect deeply, not only with your twin flame but also with life itself. Your dreams serve as a mirror, reflecting the potential within you and guiding you to embody it fully. As we conclude, consider this final empowering thought. Your twin flame dreams are invitations, not illusions. They are sacred guides, signaling the readiness of your soul to evolve, to love, and to connect deeply. They are a call to awaken, to notice the subtle, the symbolic, the emotional, and the intuitive. They are reminders that your journey is both personal and spiritual, unfolding in the interconnected dance between the dream world and waking life. Take a deep breath and let this sink in. Every dream you have, every emotional resonance, every synchronicity, is a message from your soul. Your twin flame is not just a reflection of your love or desire. They are a reflection of your highest self, your growth, and your potential. By embracing these dreams consciously, you step into alignment with your purpose, your path, and the profound connection that awaits when both souls meet in understanding and authenticity. Now it is your turn. Pause, reflect, and ask yourself, am I ready to honor my dreams? Am I ready to apply their lessons to my life? Am I ready to open my heart, embrace growth, and recognize the guidance my soul is offering? Let this question guide you not just tonight but every day. And here is your invitation, your call to action. Start a dream journal tonight. Pay attention to the emotions, symbols, and people that appear in your dreams. Notice synchronicities in your waking life. Reflect on what your soul is guiding you to see, heal, or embrace. Share your journey with a trusted friend, mentor, or community if it resonates. Most importantly, act. Dreams are only powerful when they inform your choices, inspire your actions, and awaken your consciousness. Remember, the path of the twin flame is not just about union. It is about self-realization, healing, and spiritual growth. Each dream is a stepping stone, each insight a compass, and each synchronicity a confirmation that you are moving in alignment with your soul's purpose. When you honor your dreams, listen deeply, and act consciously, you step fully into the sacred dance of life, love, and spiritual evolution. So take the first step now. Open your heart to the messages of your dreams, trust your intuition, and embrace the journey of your soul. Let your twin flame dreams guide you, inspire you, and illuminate the path toward love, growth, and awakening. Your journey is already unfolding. Your dreams are already speaking. Are you ready to listen? Now that we have explored the recognition, interpretation, and application of twin flame dreams, it's time to dive even deeper. Part 8 focuses on practical and spiritual practices that help you harness the guidance from your dreams to connect with your soul, your twin flame, and your higher purpose. This is where knowledge transforms into daily spiritual practice, and subtle dream messages become conscious, actionable guidance. The first step in deepening your practice is creating sacred space for dream reflection. Our modern lives are often filled with noise, distractions, and mental clutter, which can obscure the subtle messages of dreams. Before sleep, consider establishing a quiet, intentional environment. This might include dim lighting, soft music, or incense. Some practitioners create a small altar with objects that symbolize their spiritual intentions or their twin flame connection: crystals, candles, photographs, or symbolic imagery. This ritual signals to your subconscious mind and your soul that you are ready to receive guidance. By creating this sacred space, you are setting the stage for meaningful dreams and heightened intuitive awareness. Next, develop a pre-sleep intention practice. Before falling asleep, focus on a clear intention. I am open to receiving guidance from my dreams tonight. I am ready to connect with my twin flame and my higher self. Repeat this silently or aloud. This intentionality primes your subconscious, enhancing the likelihood of experiencing meaningful dreams. Twin flame dreams often occur when your soul senses your openness and readiness to receive. By consciously stating your intention, you signal to your subconscious mind and your higher self that you are receptive, creating a bridge between waking awareness and dream consciousness. Dream journaling remains central, but in this deeper practice, the approach expands beyond mere documentation. In addition to writing down imagery, symbols, emotions, and synchronicities, consider adding sections that explore intuitive impressions, any sudden insights or feelings that arise while recalling the dream. Questions: aspects of the dream you do not understand yet. Emotional resonance: how the dream connects to current life situations, relationships, or inner emotional patterns. Over time, this practice builds a dream archive, revealing patterns, spiritual lessons, and emotional triggers. This is more than record keeping. It's a dialogue between your waking self and your dream self, a continuous conversation with your soul. Another powerful technique is lucid dreaming, where you cultivate awareness within the dream. Lucid dreaming allows you to interact consciously with your twin flame dream environment, ask questions, or explore symbolism in real time. Practitioners often use techniques such as reality checks, mindfulness exercises, or pre-sleep affirmations to enter lucid states. Once lucid, you might ask your twin flame figure questions like, "What lesson do you want me to understand?" Or, "How can I integrate this guidance into my life?" The answers may come through words, emotions, or symbolic gestures. Lucid dreaming deepens the spiritual dialogue, offering a more interactive and immersive approach to understanding your dreams. Meditation and visualization also play a vital role. After waking from a significant dream, spend time in quiet meditation. Close your eyes and replay the dream, noticing emotions, symbols, and interactions. Visualize yourself re-entering the dream environment, connecting with your twin flame, and receiving clarity on the guidance. This process strengthens neural pathways associated with insight, emotional processing, and intuitive awareness. Visualization not only reinforces the dream's messages, but also aligns your energy with the vibration of your twin flame connection, deepening your spiritual attunement. Tracking synchronicities consciously is another advanced practice. In previous parts, we discussed noticing repeated numbers, symbols, or experiences that echo dream content. In this deeper phase, create a dedicated section in your journal for synchronicities. Record them meticulously, noting date, time, emotional state, and context. Over weeks or months, patterns emerge, revealing connections between dream guidance and waking life opportunities or challenges. Synchronicities act as confirmations from the universe, validating that you are on the right path and amplifying your ability to trust intuition and divine timing. Engaging in shadow work alongside dream practice can be transformative. Twin flame dreams often reveal parts of yourself you have suppressed, fears, insecurities, past traumas, or self-limiting beliefs. Integrating this awareness consciously allows the messages from your dreams to catalyze real personal growth. Techniques for shadow work include journaling, reflective meditation, dialogue with the shadow self, and seeking support from therapy or coaching. By facing these hidden aspects, you not only prepare yourself for a deeper twin flame connection, but also align your inner energy with your higher self, enabling more harmonious relationships and conscious living. A key component of this deepened practice is energetic alignment and emotional attunement. Twin flame connections operate on an energetic level. Dreams often reflect the state of your inner energy, whether blocked, flowing, or chaotic. Practices such as energy healing, Reiki, breathwork, or Qigong can help release blocked energy, elevate vibration, and facilitate emotional clarity. For example, if a dream depicts a stormy ocean, it may signify turbulent emotions. Engaging in energetic practices can help process and calm these emotions, aligning you with the harmonious energy of love and connection. Integration rituals are another practical approach. After interpreting a dream, you might perform a simple ritual to seal the guidance. Light a candle while reflecting on the dream's messages, write an affirmation inspired by the dream, or take a symbolic action in the physical world that represents the lesson learned. These rituals create a tangible bridge between the dream and waking life, transforming insight into lived experience. Let's look at a real-world example. Isabella, a woman in her late 20s, repeatedly dreamt of a mirror reflecting an unfamiliar version of herself, vibrant, confident, and free. Initially, she did not understand the dream's meaning. By creating a dream journal, practicing meditation, and setting nightly intentions to connect with her dream guidance, she began to notice parallels in her waking life, opportunities that encouraged self-expression, relationships that challenged her to embrace vulnerability, and moments of clarity when confronting limiting beliefs. Through conscious reflection, synchronicity tracking, and small integration rituals, she transformed what seemed like a nightly fantasy into daily, tangible growth, ultimately creating a deeper connection with her twin flame and her own authentic self. Community and mentorship can amplify the process. Sharing experiences with others who understand twin flame dynamics or dream interpretation offers validation, insight, and alternative perspectives. Group meditation, discussion circles, or online communities focused on conscious dreaming can provide additional guidance, encouragement, and accountability. While the journey is deeply personal, connection with others amplifies the spiritual resonance of your practice. Finally, recognize that this is a lifelong, evolving practice. Twin flame dreams are not a one-time event. They are an ongoing dialogue between your conscious mind, your soul, and your twin flame energy. As your emotional, spiritual, and relational capacities grow, the dreams evolve, bringing new lessons, challenges, and insights. Approaching your dreams with patience, curiosity, and dedication allows you to cultivate a continuous flow of guidance, self-awareness, and spiritual alignment. In summary, deepening your practice involves 1. Creating sacred space for reflection. 2. Setting pre-sleep intentions. 3. Expanding dream journaling to include insights, questions, and emotional resonance. 4. Exploring lucid dreaming for conscious engagement. 5. Practicing meditation and visualization. 6. Tracking synchronicities consciously. 7. Engaging in shadow work. 8. Performing energetic alignment and emotional processing. 9. Implementing integration rituals to bridge dream lessons into daily life. 10. Seeking community, mentorship, and continuous learning. By adopting these practices, you transform your twin flame dreams from ephemeral nighttime experiences into powerful tools for conscious living, emotional healing, spiritual growth, and meaningful connection. You step into a reality where the dream world and the waking world are interconnected, where guidance flows seamlessly from your soul into your daily life, and where the presence of your twin flame becomes a catalyst for your highest potential. As you move forward, remember, your dreams are sacred invitations. Your soul speaks through them, your twin flame resonates within them, and your consciousness has the power to integrate their messages into life-transforming insight. The path is not always easy, but it is profoundly rewarding. Each night, each dream, each insight brings you closer to alignment with your authentic self, your spiritual purpose, and the infinite possibilities of love, connection, and soul evolution. As we approach the culmination of this exploration, it is important to take a step back and synthesize everything we have learned about twin flame dreams. The previous sections have guided us through recognizing dreams, interpreting symbolic and emotional messages, applying insights to waking life, asking profound rhetorical questions, and deepening our spiritual practice. Part 9 is about weaving all these elements into a cohesive understanding, a comprehensive reflection on how twin flame dreams serve as a bridge between your subconscious, your soul, and your waking reality. First, let us revisit the nature of twin flame dreams. These dreams are not random occurrences. They are reflections of your inner state, your emotional patterns, and the energetic resonance you share with your twin flame. They are multidimensional messages that operate on levels of emotion, intuition, and telepathy. Every symbol, interaction, and repeated motif carries meaning. Recognizing this truth is the first step in moving from passive dream observation to active soul engagement. Consider the recurring elements that many experience in twin flame dreams. Repetition. Dreams that return night after night often signal unresolved issues or ongoing lessons. Telepathic communication. Unspoken words or feelings that convey clarity and understanding beyond ordinary speech. Synchronicities. Symbols or scenarios that appear in dreams and echo in waking life. Emotional intensity. Strong feelings, joy, fear, longing, or love, that indicate the significance of the message. Each of these elements points to one fundamental truth. Your dreams are mirrors of your inner self, reflecting areas of growth, healing, and awakening that require attention. For instance, a recurring dream of walking through foggy landscapes may symbolize uncertainty in your path toward connection, while dreams of open, bright fields often represent emotional openness and potential for harmony with your twin flame. The first lesson from twin flame dreams is awareness. Awareness is not merely noticing the dream. It is actively engaging with the symbols, emotions, and synchronicities it presents. It is asking yourself, what part of me is this dream reflecting? What lessons am I being invited to embrace? Awareness transforms dreams into actionable insight. Without it, dreams remain ephemeral, fading upon waking, and their guidance is lost. The second lesson is integration. Recognizing a dream's significance is only the beginning. Integration involves bringing its lessons into your waking life. This can take many forms: confronting fears revealed in the dream, fostering emotional vulnerability, embracing compassion, or taking specific actions aligned with your highest self. For example, a dream featuring a bridge may indicate a need to reconcile with yourself or someone in your life, while a labyrinth may highlight the importance of persistence and self-discovery. Integration bridges the gap between spiritual insight and lived experience. The third lesson is alignment with your soul's purpose. Twin flame dreams often function as signposts, directing you toward emotional, spiritual, and relational alignment. Each dream may highlight patterns, obstacles, or opportunities that resonate with your growth and spiritual mission. By paying attention to these messages, you gradually align your energy with your authentic self and your twin flame connection. Over time, you begin to notice subtle shifts in perception, intuition, and responsiveness, a heightened awareness of your choices, emotions, and interactions. Shadow work emerges as a central practice in this journey. Dreams frequently reveal suppressed emotions, unresolved trauma, or self-limiting beliefs. Engaging with these hidden aspects of yourself allows the guidance from your dreams to catalyze profound transformation. When a dream brings unresolved anger, fear, or grief to the surface, it is an invitation to acknowledge, process, and release it. This shadow integration is not only a prerequisite for authentic connection with your twin flame, but also for personal empowerment and emotional freedom. A fourth key insight is trust in divine timing and synchronicities. The universe often delivers guidance subtly, through repeated numbers, encounters, or symbolic experiences. Recognizing these synchronicities validates the messages from your dreams and reinforces your trust in the unfolding journey. Trusting the timing ensures that you move at a pace aligned with your soul, rather than forcing outcomes or resisting natural flow. It reminds you that the journey itself, not just the destination, holds sacred lessons. Another essential lesson is the interconnectedness of your twin flame and your own evolution. Twin flame dreams are not solely about romantic or relational desire. They are about spiritual growth, emotional mastery, and soul awakening. The dreams reflect your inner state and serve as catalysts for transformation. By engaging fully, you learn that your twin flame is a mirror of your highest potential, a guide who reflects what is already within you, waiting to be recognized and activated. A further insight is the power of intentional practices. Dream journaling, meditation, visualization, lucid dreaming, energetic alignment, and integration rituals. These tools deepen your connection to the guidance, your twin flame, and your own soul. They transform abstract experiences into concrete steps of spiritual development, providing structure to what may otherwise feel like a mysterious or ephemeral journey. Consider real-world examples. Elena, who dreamed of misty forests, recognized that the dream highlighted her fear of vulnerability. By journaling, meditating, and reflecting, she gradually learned to embrace emotional openness. Isabella, who dreamed of mirrors reflecting a confident self, integrated this insight into waking life by embracing self-expression, pursuing creative opportunities, and cultivating self-love. Michael, navigating desert dreams, transformed emotional desolation into conscious growth, addressing avoidance patterns and cultivating meaningful connection. All these examples underscore a central principle. Dreams are not passive entertainment. They are active guidance from the soul. They demand reflection, interpretation, integration, and action. This question is the heartbeat of conscious engagement with twin flame dreams. It encourages introspection, challenges doubt, and cultivates presence. It is not a question meant for a verbal answer. It is a tool for awakening awareness, reinforcing responsibility, and igniting conscious action. When you genuinely embrace this inquiry, you are taking ownership of your growth, your dreams, and your connection with your twin flame. Finally, the ultimate lesson is empowerment through action. The dreams, symbols, synchronicities, and emotional insights are only as powerful as your willingness to act upon them. Each time you journal, meditate, visualize, track synchronicities, or integrate a lesson into daily life, you manifest the guidance into reality. By doing so, you elevate your consciousness, align your energy with your soul's purpose, and actively participate in your twin flame journey. In conclusion, synthesizing the twin flame dream journey involves 1. Recognizing that dreams are sacred, multidimensional guidance. 2. Engaging with awareness to interpret symbols, emotions, and synchronicities. 3. Integrating insights into waking life, aligning actions with spiritual growth. 4. Engaging in shadow work to release blocked emotions and limiting beliefs. 5. Trusting divine timing, synchronicities, and the natural unfolding of your journey. 6. Embracing intentional practices, journaling, meditation, visualization, lucid dreaming, and rituals. 7. Viewing your twin flame as a mirror for your highest potential. 8. Responding to the rhetorical question of readiness with openness, curiosity, and conscious action. 9. Taking consistent, empowered steps to transform guidance into lived reality. The synthesis of these lessons leads to profound transformation. It allows your twin flame dreams to become a roadmap for self-discovery, emotional healing, and spiritual awakening. Each dream, each insight, each synchronicity is a step toward a life of authenticity, love, and alignment with your soul's purpose. As you reflect on this synthesis, remember, your journey with twin flame dreams is unique, evolving, and deeply personal. It is a journey that bridges the mystical and the practical, the unconscious and the conscious, the heart and the mind. By embracing it fully, you step into a space of empowered awareness, spiritual connection, and profound transformation. Now take a deep breath and feel the resonance of this journey. Know that every dream, every symbol, and every emotional message has a purpose. Your twin flame, your soul, and the universe are collaborating to guide you toward greater clarity, love, and alignment. The path is illuminated. Your readiness is your choice. The question that echoes now is not merely rhetorical. It is a call to living consciously. Will you step into the guidance of your dreams and allow them to shape your waking reality? Will you honor the messages of your soul and your twin flame, transforming insight into empowered action? When you answer this question with openness, reflection, and courage, you embrace the sacred journey of twin flame connection, conscious living, and soul evolution. Every night's dream becomes a portal to awareness, every symbol a guidepost, and every synchronicity a sign that you are moving in alignment with your highest self. Your journey is ongoing, infinite, and beautiful. And it begins anew each night, with every dream, every whisper of your soul, and every opportunity to awaken to love, growth, and spiritual transformation. As we arrive at the final chapter of our journey through twin flame dreams, it is time to transform understanding into action, insight into lived experience, and reflection into empowerment. Over the past sections, we have explored the symbolic nature of twin flame dreams, their telepathic resonance, synchronicities, emotional intensity, and spiritual significance. We have examined examples from real experiences, delved into shadow work, and considered practices such as journaling, meditation, lucid dreaming, visualization, and ritual. Now, in this concluding part, we focus on how to fully integrate these insights into your daily life, ensuring that the guidance from your dreams leads to meaningful transformation, self-awareness, and deeper connection with your twin flame. The first step in this final phase is active acknowledgement. When you wake from a dream that resonates, do not dismiss it. Sit quietly and recall the details, the imagery, the emotions, the unspoken messages, and any synchronicities that accompany it. Speak to yourself. I acknowledge the guidance of this dream and the wisdom it carries. This simple acknowledgement is a powerful act of alignment. It signals to your subconscious mind, your higher self, and your twin flame energy that you are receptive, open, and ready to engage consciously with the messages being offered. Next, take your dream insights into conscious reflection. Ask yourself probing questions. What emotions did this dream stir in me? And what do they reveal about my inner world? Which aspects of myself are being reflected in the dream? How do the symbols and events relate to my current life, relationships, or personal growth? What action is this dream encouraging me to take? These questions transform a dream from a passive nocturnal experience into a tool for self-discovery and conscious living. They prompt you to engage with the subtle guidance your soul has provided, transforming intuition into intentional insight. Dream journaling now becomes the foundation of integration. As you document each dream, expand beyond recording imagery and emotions. Include interpretations, reflections, potential lessons, and actionable steps you can take in waking life. For example, if a dream highlights fear of vulnerability, note specific areas in your relationships where this fear arises and outline small, conscious steps to address it, whether by expressing feelings openly, setting boundaries, or practicing self-compassion. Over time, this journal becomes a roadmap of your spiritual evolution, a living guide that bridges your unconscious wisdom and your waking reality. Another powerful method is creating micro-practices for daily alignment. Twin flame dreams often provide guidance in symbolic language, which may not immediately translate into concrete action. Micro-practices bridge this gap. These could include setting daily intentions aligned with the dream's message, performing small acts of self-care, emotional healing, or forgiveness inspired by the dream, engaging in brief meditations or visualizations to reconnect with dream guidance throughout the day, noticing synchronicities and recording them, reinforcing trust in the unfolding journey. By translating dream guidance into intentional daily action, you anchor spiritual insight into lived reality, creating a continuous feedback loop between dream awareness and conscious choice. Shadow integration remains critical. Many twin flame dreams illuminate unresolved emotions, past wounds, or limiting beliefs. Facing these shadows directly ensures that your integration is authentic and transformative. Techniques may include journaling about difficult emotions, guided meditation, self-reflective dialogue, or even professional support through therapy or coaching. By embracing shadow work, you release energy blocks that may interfere with personal growth, emotional resilience, and the harmonious connection with your twin flame. Synchronicity tracking is another essential practice for empowered integration. Pay attention to repeated numbers, symbols, encounters, or phrases that echo your dream guidance. These synchronicities validate the dream's messages, reinforcing your trust in both your intuition and the natural flow of your twin flame journey. When you notice them, reflect. What is being mirrored in my life? How can I respond consciously? This practice deepens the dialogue between dream insight and waking life, allowing you to act with awareness rather than reaction. Visualization and active dreaming further enhance integration. After waking, close your eyes and mentally replay the dream, focusing on emotions, symbols, and the guidance conveyed. Imagine taking conscious action within the dream scenario, asking questions, exploring environments, or connecting with your twin flame. Visualization strengthens your neural pathways and emotional connection, allowing the dream's messages to imprint more deeply on your waking consciousness. It also reinforces energetic alignment with your twin flame, enhancing telepathic and emotional resonance. At this stage, rituals and symbolic acts can solidify transformation. For example, if a dream emphasizes release, write down what you wish to let go of and ceremonially release it through fire, water, or breath. If a dream highlights self-love, perform a ritual that honors yourself, a gratitude exercise, a reflective walk, or intentional affirmation. These acts bridge the metaphysical guidance of the dream into the tangible, grounding your spiritual insight into concrete experience. Community and mentorship can amplify your journey. Sharing your insights with others who understand twin flame dynamics or dream work offers fresh perspectives, validation, and guidance. Discussion circles, meditation groups, or online communities provide support and inspiration, reinforcing your practice. While the dream journey is deeply personal, connection with like-minded souls magnifies growth and awareness, offering both insight and encouragement along the way. The overarching principle of Part 10 is empowered action. Understanding alone is insufficient. Transformation requires conscious engagement. Dreams guide, reflect, and illuminate, but it is through your deliberate choices that guidance becomes reality. Each conscious decision to act on dream insight is a step toward authentic alignment, personal growth, and deeper connection with your twin flame. Consider real-life application. A dream revealing fear of intimacy inspires journaling, self-reflection, and gentle sharing of feelings in your relationships. A dream featuring flowing water encourages emotional release, forgiveness, and surrender to the natural flow of life. A dream showing a labyrinth prompts strategic action, patience, and perseverance in addressing challenges or life goals. Every step, no matter how small, integrates dream wisdom into daily life, turning subtle guidance into practical transformation. Now let us reconnect with the rhetorical question we have explored throughout this journey. Are you ready to recognize your soul's guidance? Part 10 is the moment to act on that readiness. This question is no longer theoretical. It is an invitation to fully engage with your dreams, your soul, and your twin flame connection. Your answer is expressed through behavior, intentional journaling, conscious reflection, emotional integration, alignment with guidance, and courageous action. Finally, consider the broader impact. When you consciously integrate twin flame dream guidance, you elevate your emotional, spiritual, and relational life. You cultivate self-awareness, resilience, and emotional intelligence. You align with your higher purpose and the lessons your soul has been offering. You open the door to a more authentic, empowered connection with your twin flame, where union is not merely romantic but deeply transformative, conscious, and spiritually resonant. As you move forward, here is your actionable roadmap. 1. Set nightly intentions to receive and remember dream guidance. 2. Maintain a detailed dream journal including symbols, emotions, interpretations, and actionable insights. 3. Engage in reflective meditation or visualization on dream content. 4. Track synchronicities and reflect on their meaning. 5. Perform micro-practices and rituals that integrate dream lessons into daily life. 6. Embrace shadow work, releasing limiting beliefs and unresolved emotions. 7. Seek support or community for shared reflection and guidance. 8. Take deliberate, conscious action inspired by dream guidance. In closing, remember this: your twin flame dreams are sacred invitations. They are your soul speaking, your subconscious guiding, and your twin flame reflecting your highest potential. By acknowledging, integrating, and acting upon these messages, you step into a life of conscious awareness, spiritual growth, and empowered connection. Each dream is a portal. Each message is a step. Each choice is a bridge from reflection to action, from guidance to transformation, from longing to fulfillment. So take a deep breath and embrace this final call. Will you honor your dreams? Will you act on the guidance they offer? Will you integrate your soul's wisdom into daily life and step fully into your twin flame journey? Your journey awaits. Your dreams await. Your twin flame awaits. The guidance is already here. The choice to embrace it is yours. Now is the time. Begin today. Write, reflect, act, and awaken. Your dreams are the roadmap. Your heart is the compass. Your soul is the destination. Description example for video 1 can adapt for others. Have you ever woken up from a dream where you felt an intense connection with someone, only to realize it might be your twin flame? Twin flame dreams are not random. They are sacred messages from your soul, designed to guide you, heal emotional wounds, and reflect your inner growth. In this video, we explore how twin flame dreams carry telepathic messages, reveal synchronicities in your waking life, and challenge you to recognize patterns in your relationships. Through real-life examples, you'll learn how to identify recurring symbols, decode emotional messages, and integrate these insights into your daily life. We also discuss practical techniques such as dream journaling, meditation, visualization, and lucid dreaming, helping you fully connect with the guidance from your twin flame dreams. By understanding these dreams, you will uncover lessons about self-love, personal growth, and spiritual awakening. Are you ready to embrace the messages your soul has been sending you through these profound nocturnal experiences? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're ready to deepen your spiritual journey and explore the hidden world of twin flame dreams. Start your dream journal tonight and begin noticing the synchronicities that guide your path. Keywords used 5 times. Twin flame dreams, twin flame dreams, twin flame dreams, twin flame dreams, twin flame dreams. CTA. Like this video, subscribe for weekly insights, and start your dream journal today to unlock the guidance from your twin flame dreams. Hashtags 500 characters. Twin flame dreams, twin flame journey, soul guidance, spiritual awakening, dream interpretation, telepathy, synchronicities, conscious living, dream messages, inner growth, spiritual connection, twin flame signs, dream journal, lucid dreaming, self-love.